the biggest misconceptions going back to it is that you need the best equipment. You got to be the best speaker. You got to have the best personality. You got to be fit to have a self-development platform. You have to know the answers to everything. That's one of the misconceptions I had. And it's like, no, nobody's fucking perfect. Nobody knows the answers to everything. You just got to fucking start. You know, you don't need what the things you need, you already fucking have. And whatever you don't have, you're gonna get eventually. The camera, we're gonna get it one day. I fucking know it. We don't need that. You know what I mean? We need the consistency and need to learn to connect with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And open up and communicate with you guys as well. Cause what's the point of having a $10,000 fucking dollar camera when I can't even do a podcast with you guys? Yo, what's up, all you fellow savages? Welcome back to the podcast. This is going to be a very, very, very fucking special podcast because a couple days ago was a year anniversary that the Savage Over Average podcast uploaded its very first episode on YouTube. And if you haven't yet, go check that one out. It's kind of cringy, but just go check it out so you can see how we've evolved, where we've come from, and appreciate it, you know? And I want to give a big thanks to everybody who's been rocking with us since the beginning. There's some people that have been rocking with us from the very fucking beginning. And also the people that haven't been, the people who just barely got on a couple months ago, the people who maybe this is the first time watching it. Thanks for checking it out. We really appreciate it. And the whole point, I'm going to talk, this episode is going to be kind of anniversary, first year anniversary. We're going to talk about some of the challenges, some of the difficulties I've had, some of the expectations, you know, how it started, why it started, where it's gonna go. But yeah, so you guys lock in with me. Hope you guys appreciate it. Hope, you know, forgive me if I'm reading, because I got some questions right here for myself to be reading as well. And I'm right here solo, so I might be looking around a little bit. Got to watch my six. But for you guys rocking with us, I fucking appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I did not expect to have so many subscribers, so much comments, so much feedback, so much positivity. That we've got. I really, really fucking appreciate it. And also negativity. I didn't expect to get, I probably expect to get more. I don't know. I guess I wasn't as ready as I thought I was going to be for it. But hopefully we talk about that more, get more into that. Like I said, we're going to break this down into kind of different segments. But first off, thank you everybody. You know, it's been a fucking journey, and hopefully we look back years later. Hopefully it's helping you guys. I really hope that the episodes that we're doing is providing, you know, like a growth mindset, you know, motivation, inspiration, you know, that if you see us doing it, if you see us talking about it, if you see some of the challenges we've overcome or other people have, you know, it inspires you that, you know, you can be a fucking savage. We've all been average at one point, and we still sometimes are. It's that constant battle between being a savage and an average. You got to make that decision every fucking day. But yeah, guys, so I don't know if you guys seen it or if you guys know, but the way I first guess the light bulb went off about starting a fucking podcast, I got to give it to Lupe. Lupe, he's a buddy for about 5-6 years, maybe more. I'm not fucking sure, but yeah, he's been a long time buddy. He's known me at different stages of my life, and we'd always shoot the shit. We'd always talk a lot of shit to each other. We'd always joke. We'd always say dumb stuff. And he's like, dude, you should start a podcast. Like, it'd be fucking funny. I was like, nah, that's not really me. I didn't have social media at the time. I hadn't had social media in 10 years. But you know what? Maybe I did. I'm not sure. But I wasn't on it like how I am now. Every day I'm on it posting. Yeah, but he basically planted the seed in my head, and I was like, no, that's not for me. You know, that's why the last episode, having belief in yourself, I was so passionate about it, and I struggle with that as well. But I didn't believe in myself about doing a podcast. I didn't think I was capable. Nobody's gonna listen to me talk, right? And some of you guys may still agree, but there's some people out there that they do enjoy it. So for them, that's why we keep going. So for those 1, 2, whatever likes that we get, that's why we keep going. And if not, even in real life, people tell me that they enjoy it. But so he told me, dude, you should start a podcast. It'd be funny. People, you never know, that's the new thing. I was like, no, that's not me. Why am I gonna, I don't even know what to say. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to record. I don't know how to edit. I don't even got a computer. All these excuses. I was just in a loser mindset. You know, I was just thinking making problems instead of thinking of solutions. And he planted the seed though, and that seed stuck. I just couldn't get out of my fucking head as days went by, and sometimes I couldn't sleep, and it just popped in my head like, damn, what that is a new thing. That would be pretty cool. And other people prior to that, other people had mentioned that I should become a personal trainer, I should become a coach, I should do something because I'm motivating, whatever the fuck it may be, whatever they seen in me, I didn't see in myself, you know. And so that idea of podcasting stuck with me. So what is the first thing I did? I went on YouTube, how to do podcasts, because that's always the first thing you're gonna do, right? Well, that's the first thing I do for most things. That's YouTube University. So I went on YouTube, how to become a podcaster. What do you need? What's low budget? How do you? And it breaks it down. There's a lot of information on there. You guys go check it out for anything you want to do. But it basically gave me like a template, what to follow. And I'm not gonna lie, some videos they had nice setups where it was what is it, like a deterrent. Like I didn't want to do it at all. I was just like, you know what, this is way too much. I'm in over my head. I don't have none of this equipment. I don't have the skills. And I still self-conscious about even the way I talk. So it's ironic that I'm actually doing a podcast because I feel like my vocabulary is very limited. Sometimes I stutter, sometimes I forget what I'm saying, but you know what? Fuck it. I had that idea and I just couldn't get it out of my fucking head. However, I didn't really want to do the whole joking, talking shit, making jokes, because I feel like that stage of my life was kind of in the back behind me, in the road behind me. And the person I was at that moment was trying to evolve, you know, trying to break out of that cocoon, if you will. And I was on my reading, I was on my diet, I was on working out, I hadn't drank. So I was like, you know what? If I do a podcast, anything I do, I'm a person where anything I do, I got to believe in it. I'm basically in 10 toes down. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do a podcast, it has to be something that I feel passionate for, that I'm with 100%. So that was self-improvement, which is very hard because it's a small niche. Not everybody is as crazy as it sounds, not everybody wants to self-improve, right? Some people are happy being the same. Some people want to take the easy road. They want to do the least amount of stuff possible. They don't want to be the best version of themselves. So knowing that, I was like, you know what? This is really going to be hard to grow. It's not a funny video where it's going to go viral or anything like that. But for the people who it is for, you know, I want to help them out. I feel like I've overcame some challenges, battled some of my own demons, still battling some, but overcame a lot of them. And I want to help people out, man. I see a lot of people in my everyday life struggling, my friends, my family, even if it was just for them. At the end of the day, I told myself, this podcast, even if it just helps the people that I know in real life, then that'll be worth it to me, you know? Because at the end of the day, we're all here to help each other. You know, we're all here to help each other. And if I'm helping them at the end of the day, you never know. I'm human too. I'm gonna need help one day as well. You know, everybody's needs somebody to help them. And I felt like, I guess in my circle of people, I was that person. I'm that person, so why not? If I can't help other people. But yeah, man, that's kind of why I started it. That's what got it started. But it was not easy, man. It was definitely not fucking easy. If you guys see the first video, if you guys see the first podcast, go check it out. I don't know how many takes we did. We started off weird. It took like 10 takes. 3 different days because I was so nervous, stuttering so much, didn't know what the fuck to say, trying to read it off a script. It just didn't sound right. Yeah, man, it was weird. But I'm that person where, like I said, once I get it in my head, I am not gonna fucking give up. Plus, I told people about it. Like, I can't run with my tail between my legs after I tell motherfuckers about it. Like, motherfuckers told me I can't do it. So honestly, some of those voices ringing in my head like, damn, they told you weren't gonna be able to do it. They told you need this equipment. They told you X, Y, Z. What are you gonna talk about? You're gonna run out of this and that. So I was like, fuck it. I gotta do it no matter what. Like, I gotta fucking make it work. So yeah, first episode's crazy, but I already knew we gotta knock out this first fucking episode because the first one is gonna be the hardest. I know for a fucking fact it is gonna be the hardest. After that, it's only gonna get easier. It can only get easier, right? There's still gonna be other challenges, but I knew once I put it out there, once people see it, once I get that weight off my shoulders, it's just gonna be less weight. Less. I'm not gonna get it all off, but little by little, right? So, yeah, it was very tough. And like I said, there's people who told me about the equipment. There's people who told me, "You're gonna do a podcast? Well, what are you gonna do it with? You need you need cameras, you need microphones, you need a studio, you need a computer. Who's gonna edit it?" And to be honest with all you guys, I didn't really have answers to any of these fucking questions. Like I said, I'm just a guy researching on YouTube how to fucking do something. And they laugh at me. That's not gonna work. What are you gonna talk about? You're gonna run out of shit to talk about. That you're not gonna make money doing that. Which I never told them I wanted to fucking make money doing it. Told them I want to fucking help people. You know, like I said before, if you're chasing a dollar, sooner or later you're gonna want to give up. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna get fucking burnt out because you're not really in it. You're in it for the dollar. You're not in it because you want to be fucking in it. So yeah, and if you guys don't know, every fucking episode has been with this fucking phone. Every episode I've recorded with my fucking iPhone 12, I think it is. iPhone 12. And that's been a struggle on its own because I didn't know how to send it to the fucking computer. I didn't know, there's times I didn't have enough memory. There's times the audio and the video are not linking up. There's times it's just like a black screen. It's a corrupt file. There's times I got half the podcast and the other half it didn't get. There's just a whole bunch of, there's times I accidentally deleted it. There's a whole bunch of challenges with the phone. Like, yeah, it's cool. And it's not the best quality either. You know, I know that. But at the end of the day, I'm using what I got. And that's a savage mindset, you know? Like I said, for you guys rocking with us, I really appreciate it. For the people who don't, like I said, we started this a year ago. We drop an episode every fucking Monday. Every fucking Monday. Like, been fucking consistent with that. And I gotta say, me myself, I'm proud of it. Because when we first started, I think the goal was one episode a month. Because my research showed that the key is to be consistent, even if it's every 2 weeks, one episode every 2 weeks, one episode a month, one episode whenever. It just has to be consistent, so the audience is with the schedule. And originally it was going to be every month. However, we knocked out that first one, and I was kind of excited. I knew I could do better, so I kind of just jumped in and did the next one. And I wanted to get out there as soon as possible. Once I got the little, how would you say it, the system down, once I had the process, once I got the hang of the process and I knew what it was, then I was able to knock it out every week. And I said, fuck, if the ball's rolling, I guess we're going to keep going every week. If I could do it every week, why not? And it was crazy. It was crazy because the first episode, I didn't even have a laptop. I had my brother edit. He helped me out. Shouts out to him on the first 4 episodes. He helped me and he edited all the audio and all the video. Yeah, and he helped me put it on YouTube. He helped me, you know what I mean? Put music together. He did the intro. He was a big help. Like I said, I didn't know shit. I still don't know shit. I had to go, I had to record everything, put it on my phone or put it on a memory card, drive it to his house when he was available and have him able to edit it. And I'm not, he did it because he's my brother. He was supporting, you know. He didn't do it for any money or anything like that. So I can't, it's not like I'm rushing him. It's not like, hey man, I need it done by this time. But at the same time, I wanted it as soon as possible. And I understand now, like, not now, but it took me a while to understand that not everybody's gonna care for something as much as you care for it, you know? Because when it's yours, that's when you're gonna put in the energy, that's when you're gonna put in the effort. You know, when it's somebody else's, or when you get, even if you're getting paid for it, if you're just paying to build something for somebody else, you're not going to be the same love. You're not going to have the same effort. You're not going to have the same consistency. You're not going to make the same sacrifices, you know? So I knew sooner or later the best thing for me to do was I was going to have to learn to edit it myself. So if I wanted to do more episodes a week, I can. And obviously, honestly too, my brother, I don't want to be putting that on his plate where he didn't sign up for it. You know, he's doing it to help me out. So when he'd edit, I'd watch him, see what he's doing, asking questions. How do you do this? Why do you do this? What's the easiest way to fix this? And he helped me out big time. Monkey see, monkey do. Sooner or later, I was able to somewhat put the episode together. And ever since then, like I said, I bought a computer. And that motherfucker was expensive too. That was probably the biggest investment so far that this podcast has had. I bought a computer, started editing videos and audio myself. Like you can see in some of them, it's not the best job. Some of them, the audio is really crappy. Some of the videos, they just, I don't know what it was about the lighting, it didn't work out. But I fucking did it, you know. And with every one, I got a little bit better, a little bit better. Up until a couple months ago, all the thumbnails that I've done, I've made them on Instagram. So you know, they are not the best thumbnails. I fucking know that. I'm pretty sure anybody who's came across the podcast fucking knows that. But like I said, I'm using the what I know and the best to my ability. You know, that's that's the savage mindset at the end of the day. It doesn't have to be the best. You don't have to have the best. You don't have to be the best. But you got to give your fucking best. And that's what I've been doing with this. And I hope that you guys, you know, see that. I hope you guys feel that because it takes a lot. It's been taking a lot. Like there's times I don't want to do the podcast. I'm pretty sure the other host, the co-host, there's times they don't want to do it, and they get their asses over here in the cold, in the heat. Backtracking a little bit. The podcast originally was in a fucking studio. It was in the house, and had a whole room set up for the podcast, which was dope. One factor we didn't account for was heat. We don't have AC in the house. I know it fucking sucks. We live in California. It gets like 105, 110 degrees. So, and we have lights on for the podcast. We had to have those big old lights on us. So once it started getting around summertime, it started real fucking hot. You can probably see some of the podcasts. We're dripping in sweat, and I didn't plan for that. That was one of those unexpected things that I just didn't plan for, and I had to navigate it. I had to work around it. You know, it was easy. It's easy to be like, well, we can't do the podcast no more because it's too fucking hot. We can't do the podcast because, you know, the room gets too stuffy and it's gonna be summertime and then I couldn't use an AC because it's a podcast and the AC is gonna mess up the sound quality, right? So I was kind of stuck. And I don't have the money to go put this fancy fan, fancy equipment, fancy AC. I just don't have the money to do that. I'm recording this with my fucking phone, you know? But I want to stay consistent. I find where there's a will, there's a fucking way. If you really want to do something, you're going to figure out a way. So that's what I did. I started going back to YouTube brainstorming, started looking up other products. That's when I came across these mics right here. I started coming across these mics. There's 4 of them. You can hook it up to your phone. You can record anywhere. I was like, you know what? This is a fucking blessing in disguise because we could do it outside now where it's cooler. That just opens a whole bunch of new doors. So we could do it at the beach. We could do it at the park. We could start interviewing different people who can't make it to the actual podcast. We did one out of state with my brother in Tennessee. That would never be able to happen if we were just stuck in the room. So it was a problem, but it was definitely a big challenge. But overcoming it, new doors opened up, you know? And that's what I believe in life. When you always find a different route, you find a different way, it just sees how bad you really want it. How serious are you about it, you know? And yeah, like I said, opened up a whole new fucking, and not just that, but it did open a whole bunch of new challenges. Sometimes I didn't connect the wire right to the phone. There's been it's so frustrating. There's episodes that we record, the Lupe and my mom know, there's episodes we go record, either I didn't push record or the memory got full or just didn't pick up the audio. And that whole episode, that whole hour, that whatever we said is in the garbage bin, you know, and it's nothing you could do about it. It's so frustrating when you put that much time, put that much effort, and you just feel like it was literally for nothing. And it might feel like that in the moment, but what I gotta think and what I gotta remind myself is that it's not for nothing. It's a lesson. All right. Let me make sure that cable's the right way it needs to be. Let me make sure I hit record. Let me pre-test the audio to make sure. Let me check the lighting. Let me make sure everybody's in frame. So it's a mental checklist that I put in my head. And like I said, nobody's gonna care about what you're trying to build or what you got going, but you. Like nobody's gonna take care of it like you're gonna take care of it at the end of the fucking day. So yeah, so it's kind of frustrating because you know you try to go through this mental checklist, and you still forget stuff at times. I'm human. I still forget stuff at times, and there's still always new challenges. But yeah, that's that's how we got to right here at the park outside. Also, this is my very first podcast doing it solo, so you guys cut me some fucking slack. All right, a year ago I wouldn't have been able to do this. You know, it's hard. If you haven't tried it yet, fucking go try it. Go talk in front of your camera, like if there's an audience there when there's nobody there. It was super tough for me. Even when I started social media, I don't know how many takes I had to do because it felt so weird. It just feels so I'm just not used to it, but little by little. That's another challenge. I'm super camera shy. I'm super camera shy. Like I said, my vocabulary is not the best. It needs a lot of work. But where there's a will, there's a motherfucking way, and you just got to find it. And another challenge that I had, one of the bigger challenges too, or one of the things even people had told me, asked me, and I was like, I don't know the fucking answer. I hope. I kind of got faith. I kind of gotta believe I can do it. I gotta believe in myself. But was like, what about 5, 6, 7, 10 episodes down? How the fuck? What are you gonna talk about? Aren't you gonna run out of stuff to talk about? I was like, well, I don't think so. I don't know. No, you just find something. There's always things to talk about in life. Because in my mindset, yeah, gym, eating right, money, reading books, those are all savage things, yes. That might be what people think, yes. But just being a parent, being a blue collar worker, you know what I mean? Being a truck driver, having 2 jobs, overcoming sickness. There's a bunch of different savages out there that their voices need to be heard or stories that need to be told. So it's never, it's infinite. So once you learn that, and you just got to be, I had to be creative. I had to find so many different topics. Some of them weren't the best. Some of them, maybe you guys didn't like them. Maybe nobody liked them, whatever it may be. Some of them were really good. Some of them we need to cover again because we were new. We didn't know what to say. Or in the moment, you don't know, you don't think to say X, Y, Z. But then after, it's always like, damn, I should have said this. I should have said that. So that was one of the hardest parts. That creating the thumbnails, like I said, doing it all myself and not really having guidance, a mentor, somebody who has done it before to kind of take me under their wing and explain things. That was kind of tough. And it's still kind of tough, but at the end of the day, it goes to like with my working out. I really never had a coach. I never had nobody to tell me you're doing this wrong. This way's easier. I kind of just had to figure it out on my own. So in a way, that's how I just adapted that to the podcast. See what works, see what doesn't work, see what other people are doing. You know, Success leaves clues, and all I got to do is try to imitate or duplicate or improve on whatever other people are doing, and also things I learned myself. So I'm growing as a person, right? The mindset I have, the mindset I strive to have, is being a fucking savage. So I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly learning new things about my body, constantly trying new recipes, new diets, constantly trying to talk to different people. So me growing myself, that's unlimited content as well, because that's going to be unlimited things I could give you guys because I'm constantly growing. Me from a year ago wouldn't be able to sit here and have this conversation with you guys. So once I put that in my head and thought, you know what, I'm never going to run out of content because I'm never going to want to stop improving myself. There's always going to be something to talk about. And yeah, we're going, what, a whole year, 52 weeks, probably 52 episodes. There's over 52 episodes on here. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And when you're doing it, you really don't think about it. Like the year kind of just flew by. And it's kind of just a reminder how life flies by. And all these episodes, yeah, they're cool. We got to show for that. But what other things in life, that we're doing or that we're putting on the back burner or that we're not really paying attention to and it's just flying by. So that's kind of eye opening to me. That's really eye opening. And also how many people he's reached, even if they don't like it, even if they don't stick around, even if they're not watching this episode, even if they're not, even if they leave a negative comment, still, how many people is it fucking reaching? That's crazy, guys, when you think about it. That's why I encourage every single buddy to go and either start a podcast, start a YouTube channel, um, start an Instagram or vlog or whatever. Tell their story, because you never know who's watching. You never know who could relate to it. You never know what you might learn. And it's fucking crazy because on the YouTube, you could go see there's people from other country who've seen the fucking podcast. That's so fucking crazy, fucking mind blowing to me. People from, what is it, like Australia, people from Europe, people from fucking New York, Texas, all these crazy places. And it shows that a little percentage have seen it. And it's just really fucking crazy that the world we live in with the internet could connect you to people all around the world. All around the fucking world, people have seen it. It's like, what the fuck? That kind of took that kind of like set me back a little bit, really put into perspective, like, wow. Especially when one of the clips got like 8 or 9 thousand views in like a couple days. I was like, wow, what the fuck? 8 or 9 thousand people seen this fucking clip. Did they all like it? Maybe not, but they fucking seen it. Like, what the fuck? That's a lot of fucking people. Maybe to other people who see all these millions of views and millions of numbers or on their things, 8,000 ain't shit. But somebody like me who's not used to the social media, that's a lot of fucking people. I only know about 100, 200 real life that I talk to, maybe if that. Some of them I talk to because I have to, not because I want to. So, and then when I go look on the whole, what is it, the life of the podcast, it has about 450,000 views consecutive, like what is it, like altogether with the reels and with the actual episodes. And that's fucking crazy. That's fucking mind blowing. And hopefully this year, 2025, we'll get it to a mil. Even if it's, not a whole lot of subscribers, but still something. And hopefully we do get the subscribers up as well. Hopefully, if not, I'm happy with the people we got. Solid ass, pocos pero locos. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to have a whole bunch of people following, but the people who do follow, fucking real ones, real savages, really want to fucking improve, really want to get better, and really have the same mentality. Why do I give a shit if there's a bunch of people following? They don't really have the same fucking mentality, you know? It's like, no, we want people that are gonna grow with us, not just be right there on the sidelines. What's challenge problems? Consistent. Yeah, like I said, my bad. I'm reading some of the notes I have right here. But one of the hardest parts is being consistent. Like I said, there's times I really didn't want to do it. I have my ups and downs just like everybody else. I know they had their ups and downs. They're human. And there's just days where you just don't want to do it. You want to take a day off. You don't feel like talking. You don't feel like talking to anybody, let alone putting this out there on the video and putting a piece of you out there. Because that's one part I really didn't realize is that when you're making these videos and when you're talking and when you're putting past experiences, you're putting a piece of yourself out there. And that fucking does take a lot. That takes a lot, and I maybe wasn't ready for it, but it's definitely like made me look at things different, you know, and help me as a person as well. Because then I look at certain situations that I did handle. Why didn't I do that after I say it out loud? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? And not just that, but some things I have accomplished. I'm like, wow, when I actually say it out loud, it does sound pretty badass. But in the moment, I really didn't appreciate it. It was just a normal thing, or it was just the next little goal to the bigger goal. I didn't really take my time to sit there and really fucking appreciate it. So it's cool sharing those experiences, sharing those achievements with you guys, and also setting new ones with you guys. You know, like we said about if you guys were watching, every month this year we want to do a savage challenge, and we want you guys to do it with us. Last month it was walk 5 miles for 1 week. That was a physical one. Like we said, we're doing it all across the board. So this week in February, we're gonna try one recipe for every week. Every week you try one new recipe, one new healthy fucking recipe, you know, and go post it online, tag the podcast with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Somebody else might like that recipe and try it. You might see somebody else's, get out your fucking comfort zone. And one of the biggest misconceptions going back to it is that you need the best equipment. You got to be the best speaker. You got to have the best personality. You got to be fit to have a self-development platform. You have to know the answers to everything. That's one of the misconceptions I had. And it's like, no, nobody's fucking perfect. Nobody knows the answers to everything. You just got to fucking start, you know? You don't need what the things you need, you already fucking have. And whatever you don't have, you're gonna get eventually. The camera, we're gonna get it one day. I fucking know it. We don't need that. You know what I mean? We need the consistency and need to learn to connect with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And open up and communicate with you guys as well. Cause what's the point of having a $10,000 camera when I can't even do a podcast with you guys, right? That's one of the problems I see. I know I've heard of a couple people that have done some podcasts, have done videos on YouTube. Great videos, great quality, great content. The editing is immaculate, way better than anything I've personally ever done. They got one or two videos. That's it. A couple years ago, never done nothing else with it. Why? Because they're not fucking consistent. They're not serious about it. So it doesn't matter on the equipment you have. It doesn't matter how well a fucking speaker you are. What does it matter if you are the best speaker if you're not fucking consistent? You know what I mean? What the fuck is it gonna matter? You might have one fucking great podcast to help people out. Then you fall to the face of the earth, and you have nothing else to say compared to somebody like myself who isn't the best speaker, but is consistent as fuck. That is like a secret weapon. That's gonna be one of our topics. That's like a secret weapon because sooner, like, if you watch every fucking podcast, we are getting better and better, right? We are getting better and better. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes the qualities ain't the best. Sometimes we have a fluke. Sometimes there's a background noise. But for the most part, we are getting better. So that just goes with anything in life, not just podcasting. With anything in life, don't think you need the best equipment. You don't. Don't think you need the best computer. Don't think you need the best car. Don't think you need the best whatever, the clothes, whatever it may be. Use whatever the fuck you have. You know, the best camera is the one that you already have. It's in your fucking pocket. You know what I mean? And then you build from there. You start somewhere. You hear everybody's stories. They all got to start somewhere, right? Nobody starts off with the best. And also, I know a lot of people have asked about having guests on. They asked about having guests on the podcast. I would like to have a lot of guests, you know. I'd really enjoy it. The problem is, like I said, this niche, whatever the fuck, this category that of self-improvement, not everybody likes it. Not everybody's into it. I don't know a lot of people in real life that are into it. And some people who are into it, they just don't enjoy being on camera. They're too shy. They're too whatever it may be. And it's unfortunate, but I can't make them, right? And I don't want to there's other people who have asked to be on the podcast. It's other people, whenever you want, let me know. Oh, hell yeah, I'll be on it. I'll watch your podcast and it's pretty cool. I want to be on it. But at the same time, it's like, well, what are we going to talk about? Because I kind of know you, or from what I see, or from what I hear, there's not really too much savage shit about you, you know? Because a lot of people, because they feel like, because life hit them, they've overcame something. No, you just kind of went through it. You kind of went through the fucking rocky waters. You didn't overcome them. You kind of just coasted along when life was smacking the fuck out of you. You didn't get the fuck up and throw some punches back. You didn't come up and get the victory. You didn't come out the other side a better person. You know, everybody has challenges. That don't make you special. Well, that don't make you a savage just because you have a fucking challenge. What makes you a fucking challenge is what makes you a fucking savage is how you overcame those challenges. That's what the fuck matters, right? And unfortunately for me, I don't know a lot of people like that and like that want to be on it, you know, because the people who do want to be on it, like I said, to me, they don't really have that savage mindset, to be fucking blunt, you know. Also, for the people who want to start, or the people who want to start something, don't listen to fucking negativity. Don't listen to people tell you you can't do something. People give you fucking problems. You probably do that on your own. I know I did. I fucking constantly created problems instead of solutions. So don't be listening to other people's problems that they're throwing. Why it's not gonna work? Fuck that. Fuck them. You know, you don't fucking need them to make it work, right? And are they doing what the fuck you want to do? If they are, you know, if you want to become a computer scientist and they're not, don't listen to them. You want to become a nurse and they're telling you how hard the school is, how much money it's going to cost. Are they a fucking nurse? No. Then don't listen to them. Are they? Then listen to what they got to say, right? And that's what I had to do with this podcast. I don't listen to people who are not making videos, who are not on social media like that, who are not self-improving in their personal life. Or even if people who don't even, there's some people who don't even know what the fuck podcast was, and they're telling me what I need for a podcast. Like, motherfucker, you don't even listen to them. Even if you do listen to them, that's all you do. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna listen to you if you're not even in that field. You're not even in that ballpark. You're not even in that game. You're not even. Why the fuck would I listen to you, right? Do athletes listen to people, to the fucking people in the crowd? No, they listen to the coaches because the coaches been in the fucking game before. The coaches know how to play the fucking game. But yeah, also for the people who want to do something, or like I said, anything in life, anytime you're trying something new, don't put too much pressure on yourself. You know, I know with this, I put a lot of pressure on myself, unnecessary pressure. I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted everything to be the best. I wanted the angles to be the best, the audio to be the best. I wanted to reach the most people. I wanted it to be, I wanted to be give everybody my best, and I gave them my best. Just sometimes my best wasn't as good as I want it to be for that day. Or sometimes the audio was not the best. The video hasn't been the best. I'm like I said, I'm doing this with my fucking phone. Pretty soon I'm gonna upgrade. So you guys check out, wait for that, because that's gonna be fucking dope. Once I upgrade my phone, it's gonna be a whole different fucking. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. But yeah, don't put too much stress on yourself, you know, and don't get stuck in that research and information stage, where all you're doing is just researching, and you never take that leap. You never jump off that edge. Sooner or later, just like a bird jumps out the nest and learns to take flight, sink or swim. That's what you're gonna have to do with your goals, or with the plans you want for you in your life. And that's what I had to do. That's why I said that first episode. It was like, let's just get this motherfucker over with. It's like talking to a girl, right? It's like you put so much pressure on it. It's so nerve wracking. But once you do it, even if you get fucking shut down, once you do it, it's like, all right, it wasn't that bad. All right, let me go talk to this girl. All right, it just gets easier and easier. Like I told, there was some youngster I know, and he was asking me, he's like, how do you talk? He's like, how do you talk to girls? He's like, I don't know how to. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, at least just go talk to them, see how they're doing. Talk to them the same way you talk to a fucking guy. Well, not exactly the same way, but talk to them like a normal fucking person before you go try to hit on them, right? Just talk to them, see what they're doing. Don't have no intention. Just talk to them, get to know them a little bit, right? And they said, but I don't know how to talk to them. I said, well, you're not gonna fucking learn by sitting on the sidelines. You're not gonna learn by sitting on the bench. How do you learn how to shoot a basketball? By shooting, by taking a shot, by taking a fucking shot, shot after shot after shot. You can't just sit on the bench the whole time and learn how to shoot 3 points, right? Maybe the first 10 shots, you don't make shit. Maybe the first 20, you make 1, 2. But after 100, 200, 300, you're just gonna fucking improve. That's just the way the world works. And people get stuck thinking it's always gonna suck, or it's always gonna be harder, or you just don't know how to do it, so I'm not even gonna try. But there was a point where nobody knew how to do any fucking thing, you know? And you just gotta get off your ass and ditch that fucking loser mindset and go for it. Because like I said, we only got one shot at this fucking life. We only got one shot at this fucking life, and every day that's passing is a day closer to when your clock's ticking. And like every day passing is closer to death. And as sad as that sounds, it should motivate your ass, because tomorrow you have one less day than you do today. You know, whatever, everybody has this different set amount of days, right? But tomorrow you have one less. So get the fuck after it, man. Whatever the fuck it is, even if it's totally something, whatever it is, if it's business, if it's with your relationship, with your family, if it's financially, spiritually, whatever it is, psychological, whatever it is, whatever you wanna do, just do it fucking now. That's what helped me take the step into creating this process, this podcast, and getting over this fucking fear. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. What are people gonna think? What are my coworkers gonna think? What's my family gonna think? What's my friends gonna think? And some of them did laugh, right? But I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, they can laugh all they fucking want. They're laughing at me, but it's like, what are you doing? Or it's like, you're laughing at me, but you're scared too, right? We're both scared at one point, but you're laughing at me for trying, but you're not doing shit. So it's like, what the fuck? So they're gonna laugh regardless, people. But I had to get over that fear. So and there's still other fears I have as well that I continually got to get over. I'm not perfect. Being a savage is not being fucking perfect. It's being resilient and being a problem solver. You know, always finding a fucking way to overcome whatever you got to overcome. Like I said, me a year ago, I would not be able to do this podcast by myself. I tried so many times. I would stutter. I would not know what to say, get hung up on my words, lose my train of thought. Maybe I did on this one still, but I'm fucking doing it. So who gives a fuck, And if you're gonna talk shit, fuck you. Go leave it in the comments. I love those negative comments too because, like I said, they're hating, but what the fuck are they doing? Haters. I'm gonna tell you one thing about haters. Haters are like fucking crickets. You hear those motherfuckers in the background all goddamn day long, a bunch of them. But once you walk up to them, you don't hear shit. They're quiet as fuck, because they're scared. They're intimidated by you having the balls to actually do what the fuck you want to do. So, this is your message. Go out there, make 2025 the best fucking year. You know what I'm saying? You guys been rocking with us. Look how this year has went for us. All the things we've learned and how fast it flew by. It's flying by for you so fucking fast as well. So, make the fucking best of it, man. And for the podcast, for the future, what I want, obviously I want to grow it. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers. That's the goal for 2025. That was last year's, but it didn't go that fast. But it's all good. We learned a lot of things along the way. We we helped a lot of people, hopefully. But for 2025, I want to get 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe and like this video. Please go like it, leave a comment, share it with somebody if you're gaining knowledge from it, if it's helping you, if it's improving your life, if you think you're getting value from it. That's one of the goals for the podcast. Also, like I said, get more people, get more savages, more people who are really about that life. Because some people, they just want to say they're a savage because it sounds cool. They want to say they're this because it sounds cool. Like real savages don't really got to tell you they're a savage. They're just about it. There's a lot of people online that fake the funk, that they're not really about what they say they're about. They just want to say it because it's trendy. They want to say it because it's cool for the camera. But in real life, they ain't really about that shit. So I want to get real fucking savages on this podcast and go different places. I know I haven't been doing that as much. It's been difficult, but for sure I want to go different places, and just give you guys the best version of me, and hopefully change your guys' lives as well. That's the whole point. That's genuinely what I want to do, and that's so rewarding. I want to continue doing it as long as I can. You can look forward to Mondays. The episodes coming out fucking 3 a.m. like they've been doing every fucking week. There's been holidays, there's been rain, that's one of the reasons why we had to do this podcast a different day, because of the wind. It's been so fucking windy in Fontana, and it's gonna be raining tomorrow. So I had to be today, working around the weather, different challenges. So I'm still, as much as I can. I've been out, like I said, been taking vacation. I take my computer with me on vacations to edit this shit. So I'm gonna try to give you guys, like I said, every fucking Monday, 3 a.m. I'm gonna give you guys, that's one thing you can count on, the Savage Over Average podcast being uploaded on Monday. But yeah, you guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys stuck to the end. And if you guys fuck with it, leave a like. Leave a like and leave a comment if you've been rocking with, when you started, leave a comment when you started following the podcast, whatever month it was, whatever episode it was. Maybe it was the beginning, maybe it was the last one, whenever the fuck it was. I'm curious. I'm curious when you guys started following it. And yeah, I hope you guys are ready for the future of this fucking podcast. And you guys that are watching this now, you guys that are subscribed now, you guys that have been, are gonna be in the beginning when this shit fucking, when we have 1,000, when we look back and like, fuck, we got a fucking 1,000. That's crazy. Now let's get to fucking 5. But yeah, you guys, thank you guys. Like I said, I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for your patience for sitting here and listening to me with this podcast. Because like I said, it was my first one, a little challenging, a little nervous, but had to get it fucking done. Finally knocked it out. So, and whatever you guys want us to talk about, leave it in the comments too as well. Message us, or if you guys just have some problems you guys need help going through, if you guys have some type of challenges, comment us. We'll give you guys the best advice we can. We're not professionals, obviously. We're just real people with who have had real progress and face real challenges, real demons, And if we can help you, we can. If we can't, unfortunately, we try to point you guys to the direction of people who can help you guys. But like always, y'all, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Like I said, from the bottom of my fucking heart, thank you guys for rocking with us. Thank you guys for checking out this fucking podcast. Thank you guys for being a part of it. Thanks for being supporting. Even if you don't like all the episodes, even if you don't watch all of them, but you watch some of them, whatever it may fucking be, like there's a lot of you guys out there that really do, and I'm fucking grateful for it. I'm really fucking grateful for it every fucking day. I never take it for granted. So thank you guys. Peace, y'all.